Hola, my name is Aida Lugo McAllister, author of Aida's Kitchen a lo Boricua, a bilingual Puerto Rican cookbook. I am going to demonstrate how to desalt, cook, and shred the authentic salted codfish and the salted pollock fillets known as bacalao. Bacalao is a Spanish term referring to the dried and salted codfish. The fresh codfish was caught near Canada in the North Atlantic and then dried and salted by the British to prevent from spoiling as they travel to import the salted codfish to Puerto Rico around 1765. The scarcity of the authentic salted codfish is due to the overfishing in the North Atlantic. Therefore, today we consume another white fish known as the salted pollock fillets. You need to remove the excess salt and rehydrate both types of fish in order to begin the cooking process. Let's start our demonstration with the authentic bacalao. This is an authentic salted cod known as bacalao with skin and bones. Here are the bones. The salt application reduces the water content, creating a firm, dry texture to the codfish. It is found in the frigid waters of the North Atlantic. It has a low fat content, a white flesh, and a soft texture when rehydrated. I pre-cut the bacalao in advance. First, I trim the excess skin and fins from the upper portion of the bacalao on both sides with a kitchen scissor. This is the skin and the fin. I also removed the tail fin of the bacalao. Cut the bacalao crosswise into 3-inch portions. If you want to, you can trim the excess skin of each portion of the bacalao. We are now ready to rinse and soak the authentic salted codfish, bacalao. Rinse all the portions of the bacalao with cold water to eliminate the excess salt. Now we place the bacalao into a glass bowl with skin side up. And cover completely with cold water. Soak the bacalao in the refrigerator for 8 hours with 2 to 3 changes of fresh water. After soaking the bacalao for 2 hours in the refrigerator, let's drain the water. Cover the bacalao again completely with fresh cold water and repeat this process after 3 more hours of soaking. After 8 hours of soaking, drain the water from the bowl. It's time to remove the skin and bones from the authentic salted codfish. Now that the bacalao has been rehydrated, you can see that the flesh is white with a soft texture. We can now remove the flesh from the skin using a portion of the bacalao as a demonstration. Once I separate the skin from the flesh with my fingers, I start pulling the skin away from the flesh. Here is the skin. The next step is to remove the bones from the bacalao. With my fingers, I press down on the flesh to feel for any bones. Oh, I found some bones. Here's one. And here's another one hidden under this flesh. Continue this process for the remaining bacalao portions. We are now ready to start cooking the bacalao. Add the bacalao to a saucepan and pour enough water to completely cover the bacalao. Bring the water to a boil and cook the bacalao for 15 to 20 minutes. After cooking the bacalao for 20 minutes, I skim off the foam using a mesh spoon. I am going to remove a piece of bacalao to taste it after the first boil to determine if the salt content is to my liking. Since the piece of bacalao contained enough salt for my taste, we can now place the bacalao into a bowl. However, if the bacalao is still too salty, repeat the boiling process with fresh water until the salt content is reduced to your taste. When the bacalao is cooking, it separates into small pieces. However, if you want to obtain even smaller pieces, shred the bacalao with your hands. The cooked bacalao can now be used for various dishes that has bacalao as an ingredient. We are now ready to demonstrate how to prepare the salted pollock fillets. This is the boneless and skinless salted pollock fillets, a member of the codfish family that is sold as bacalao. The salt application reduces the water content, creating a firm, dry texture to the codfish. It is found in the frigid waters of the North Atlantic. Plus, it has a low-fat content, a white flesh, and a soft texture when rehydrated. We are ready to rinse and soak the salted pollock fillets. Rinse the pollock fillets with cold water to eliminate the excess salt. Place the pollock fillets into a glass bowl and cover completely with cold water. Soak the pollock fillets, also known as bacalao, in the refrigerator for 4 hours with 2 changes of fresh water. After soaking the pollock fillets for 1 hour in the refrigerator, let's drain the water. Now, cover the pollock fillets again completely with cold fresh water and repeat this process after 2 more hours of soaking. We can now begin the cooking process after soaking the bacalao for 4 hours. You will also notice that the bacalao has a white flesh and a soft texture. Add the salted pollock fillets to saucepan and pour enough water to completely cover the bacalao. Bring the water to a boil and cook the bacalao for 15 to 20 minutes. After cooking the bacalao for 20 minutes, I skim off the foam using a mesh spoon. I am going to remove a piece of bacalao to taste it after the first boil to determine if the salt content is to my liking. Since the piece of bacalao contained enough salt for my taste, we can now place the cooked pollock fillets bacalao into a bowl. However, if the bacalao is still too salty, repeat the boiling process with fresh water until the salt content is reduced to your liking. Let's shred the cooked pollock fillets. The cooked shredded pollock fillets can now be used for various dishes that have bacalao as an ingredient. If I am pressed for time, I select the salted pollock fillets because you eliminate the deboning and skin removal process. I hope you have enjoyed watching my YouTube video on how to desalt, cook, and shred the authentic salted codfish and the salted pollock fillets. Thank you for watching my YouTube cooking video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you would like a copy of my cookbook, visit my website, aidaskitchenboricua.com, and click on the cookbook tab. My cookbook is a bilingual Puerto Rican cookbook, and it contains 42 authentic recipes that I learned how to cook while living in Puerto Rico. This side is the English version. If you flip the book over, the other side is the Spanish version. Again, thank you for watching my YouTube cooking video.